Okay, this is the video for number 4. So again, I'm going to start by, again, taking the derivative with respect to x on both sides. So my first term is y squared. When I power down, it's 2y, but don't forget, you got to multiply by dy over dx to compensate since I'm powered down with y's, and I'm taking the derivative with respect to x. Derivative of 1 is a constant of 0, so I don't write anything. Now, if you notice on the right-hand side, I have x squared times secant of y. If you remember, this is the product rule. All right, so the derivative of x squared, that's just 2x. I don't need the dy over dx because look, I powered down with x squared. So the derivative of the first times my second. Since I didn't take the derivative of the secant of y yet, I just write secant of y, and I don't have the dy over x. Plus, now I take the derivative of secant of y. Secant of y goes to secant of y tangent of y dy over dx, since I actually took the derivative of my trig function with y, with respect to y. Okay? Now, that's the derivative of my second times my first, which is x squared. Now what you're going to do is collect all the terms that have dy over dx. Well, I have this term right here, my first term, and then this whole thing is a second term. So what we're going to do is move all these terms to the left. And before I do that, I'm going to move that x squared in front so I don't forget about it. So I have 2y dy over dx. This is positive x squared on the right, so on the left it becomes negative x squared secant of y tangent of y dy over dx. And that's all going to equal 2x secant of y. Since I have two terms with dy over dx in them, to get dy over dx by itself, I'm going to factor it out. So I'm left with 2y minus x squared secant of y tangent of y. That's going to equal 2x secant of y. My very last step is to solve for dy over dx, so I'm going to divide by that whole term, which is 2y minus x squared secant of y tangent of y. Now let's check to see if we can simplify. Minus x squared. Again, whatever we're dividing on the right must be divided on the left. Now, we actually cannot simplify this by 2 because look, this is divisible by 2, this first term, yes. The second term is divisible by 2, but look at the third term right here. This does not have a 2, so that means I cannot divide by 2. So this would be my final answer for my derivative.